Being at the conference in person is very valuable to meet people in the hallways. I've had a lot of conversations with people so far and a lot of trading knowledge and getting excited about the same things.
You probably figured out that I love my job. Disclaimer. So my primary responsibility as software engineer is to deliver functionality on time, write maintainable code that is fast and bug-free. How do I do it? Here's the 3 guidelines. So some reading material, right? So the 3 guidelines are code should be modular, there should be no cycles, and you should write unit tests. If you never heard about this book, in the middle, The Philosophy of Software Design, go on Amazon after my presentation and buy it. There are philosophical differences between Uncle Bob, everyone knows clean code, and John O. Watch the videos, make sure to get popcorn. So let's settle some of those differences. So clean code says extreme small functions. John says don't pay attention to small functions at all. They should not be design guidelines. Let's settle this code right now. C++ core guidelines. Keep functions short and simple. But small functions can create sometimes cognitive overload. Hence, always use common sense. Now, let's talk about module design. There are 2 most important properties, decomposition and hierarchical structure, right? So John Lakers, my personal hero, who has had the most influence on my career. Thank you, John, if you're here. I'm not sure if you are. Thank you. At the very least, watch these 3 videos. Read the book, if you can lift it. What is the component, right? Let's talk about components. It's a minimal unit of code, cohesive both logically and physically. Cohesive physically, which means the same physical directories. There are 2 open source libraries, Google AppCell and Bloomberg BDE. All the Bloomberg people are smiling, right? That organize the components in packages, right? And they have their header files, CPP files, and test drivers in the same package. I consider unit test drivers as part of the component. I know it's controversial. I'll talk about it a little bit more later. Now, having them in the same package directory helps avoid context switch and cognitive overload. Rust, excuse my French, and Zig also have the test code within the same source file. Cycles and long functions cause sadness and anxiety. They're truly evil. No cycles. Let's talk about dependencies. First of all, we organize components into packages. Basal definition of the package is perfect. The primary unit of code, components, organization in repository is the package. Package is a collection of related file cohesive and the specification of dependencies between them. Packages in Bloomberg, packages at Google. By the way, Bazel is awesome. Dependencies, there are different types, but basically if you include header file in any of your source files, you create a dependency. Surprise is coming, even in the test driver. Cycles are horrible, please don't do it. Yes, even if different components, test drivers include the header files of other components, I consider it as a code smell and it's horrible. Think about this deeply. It will make your design better. Package dependency. So this is normal, right? This is abnormal. Even though there is no technically cycles between components, but there are the cycle between packages, right? Avoid cycle dependencies will create a software monster, which John calls big ball of mud. So Bazel is awesome. Bazel rejects cyclic targets. If you have your component per target, cycles are impossible, right? There are no Googlers over here. Thank you, Google. No Adobeans. Please come back. We love you. We want you back. Come back to the mothership before it sailed and before your C++ becomes too rusty. Testing. I'm going to hijack this year's presentation with last year's presentation. I know we think about unit testing. This is the best presentation I've seen so far. Please watch it. The code we write only works in theory. What do scientists do to validate the scientific theories? Scientists repeatedly test their theories by running replicable experiments. Programmers repeatedly test the code they write by running replicable experiments called unit tests. There are different types of unit tests. It could be a simple unit test, right? You test a single branch of a function. Has to be replicable. Or interaction test, right? Where you test interaction between different components. Or integration test that has external dependencies. Replicable. Those guys also fight about testing. Clean code says unit test before the code. John all says code before unit test. My personal opinion, I like my main course before desserts, and hence I write the code before the test. But whatever you do, write the test to catch bugs and validate your design. This is my trademark. If a component is hard to test, it's not properly designed. If a component is easy to test, it's only good indication that it's properly designed. If a component is properly designed, it's easy to test. I can talk about it a whole day, but we need to wrap up. Let me know if you liked it. I will create a 1-hour presentation about this. Please follow the links.